Sunny, good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent. John, good to see you. How you been?
Pretty good.
Wandering around the hallways here, doing just about anything and everything.
Yep.
And a little engineering on top of all of that on occasion, right?
Running this way, that way, and every which way.
Yeah, well, you finally figured out what room belongs where.
I found this way.
Yes.
So here I am.
Good idea. And quite frankly, I think both of us would wish we were outside right now. It really looks nice out there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Things are beginning to warm up. Where are we at right now on the thermometer?
Right now out at the airport, 68 degrees under sunny skies. Downtown Midland, they've hit that 70-degree mark. Here at Radio Center, 68 under mostly sunny skies. It is a little bit of a breezy day out there. Winds out of the south at 16 miles per hour. There have been gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And our barometric pressure is falling. Right now it's at 29.79.
And we'll continue with the winds. They'll pick up a little bit more as we go through the remainder of the day today. And whatever cloud cover we did have a little bit earlier is fading away. Some of you still are looking at some clouds, but eventually you'll be looking at mostly sunny skies as well, and a pretty good chance of seeing a sunset this evening. We will be looking at a cold front that is going to move through. It's not going to change much at all. Maybe those south breezes will become a little bit more westerly, but I know they will be picking up in intensity through the afternoon. We'll see maybe a gust up to about 30 miles per hour. And then clear skies tonight, maybe a few more clouds after midnight, and we'll drop down to about 50. You know, it's kind of interesting, Jonathan, this time of the year, 63 is our normal high, 42 is our normal low. At the end of May, 74 is what's average for a high, and 53 for a low.
So we're ahead of schedule.
We're way ahead of schedule. We had some of those days in March, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It's just been one of those years. And you take a look at averages so far, just to kind of give you an idea, the month of April alone, we should have had, on average, about 3¼ inches of rain, maybe a little bit less out at the airport. The month of May this year, we had 2.5 at the airport, so a little bit drier. Snow, we had a trace out at the airport. That was it. Some of you might have picked up an inch earlier in the month, but that was it. 2.5 inches is what's average for the months of April here in the Great Lakes Bay area. The average snowfall for the snow season should be just under 42 inches.
I have a feeling we're a little bit lighter.
A little bit lighter by about 10 inches of snow.
Yeah.
We've only had about 32 on average. Some folks a little bit more, some folks a little bit less. And yes, back in 1975, it was, that was the snowiest ever April. And all the snow came on April the 2nd and April the 3rd. We had about 14.5 inches of snow in those 2 days back in 1975. And I remember them very well because I did not own a snowblower.
I was going to say, because you remember shoveling yourself out.
Oh, yes. that was pretty crazy. But on average, nobody's really complaining other than when you work outside and you got to swat mosquitoes or, take care of some bugs. And there are a lot of them out there. Unfortunately, if there was going to be anything good about that frost about a week or so ago and temperatures down in the mid to upper 20s, it was that hopefully we'd kill off some of them. And we did, some of the new insects, but the weathering insects did not. And as a result, we're going to have an interesting spring.
Going to be buggy.
A little buggy.
Yep.
So if you think you've got all sorts of bug stains on the front of your vehicle, but that'll go away soon. The only way it'll go away is if you wash it. And then they'll come right back at you.
Doesn't take long.
No, not at all. Record high, incidentally, on this date was set back in 1942. That was 86. Record low was 25, set in 1978. 1942 was the warmest ever, May the 1st. 86 was our high. 52 was our low. The coldest ever was set back in 1945. So leading up to all of this, we were talking about some mild temperatures. 72 is our projected high, 50 is our projected low. Looks as though tomorrow we're going to be looking at a mix of sun and clouds, 65, so a little bit cooler tomorrow. Again, a function of that cold front and a weak high pressure behind it. That's what's going to draft some cooler air, but not much at all. We're still going to be a couple degrees above normal. 53 for a low tomorrow night. It will get wet tomorrow night into Friday. Friday looks like it's going overall is going to be mostly cloudy, and we're going to have some scattered shower activity as we roll through the day, Friday and Friday night, and then early Saturday morning, there still might be a little shower still lingering, but for the most part, Saturday and Sunday look to be fairly uneventful with more sun than clouds. If there is going to be the chance of any precipitation on the weekend, maybe Saturday night and early Sunday morning, a little bit there, but all the way through the weekend, low 70s for a high. Moving into the work week next week, we're going to be looking at mid to upper 70s once again. So much above average temperatures to at least take us through about the 10th of the month. And then I'm looking for still above average temperatures to work our way into the middle of May, and all throughout the period slightly above as far as the moisture goes, which does not mean a washout, but it means that your whatever work you can get done is going to get a little bit of moisture with it too. So it should be a perfect growing season for a lot of our crops if you can get them in the ground. Sunset tonight at 8:39, sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:27. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, who do we have, Jonathan?
We'll be talking with Cody Harris over at Star of the West for our midweek market report. Then we'll head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead. But first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, where they know what Mother Nature can do. They've been watching, and there's no indication that she doesn't have any more tricks up her sleeve. So I think you might want to be working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency to make sure that whatever you do get in the ground makes it to harvest. If it doesn't, at least you're not going to lose everything. Risk management, the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Their agents can be reached directly on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. On tap, we have Cody Harris.
Yes, indeed. Cody Harris from Star of the West. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Hey, not too bad, Cody. It looks like the soybeans are trying to recover a little bit here.
Yeah, they're definitely taking a little bounce from yesterday. So that's kind of the only bright spot here in the markets today. It seems like wheat's still trying to correct itself from being up. What was that, 7 days straight last week or so? And corn's kind of definitely being influenced by wheat. But yeah, like you said, it's definitely good to see soybeans moving in the right direction.
Any particular reason why, or just we're just simply trying to recover?
Well, we're definitely trying to recover, I think, from yesterday and the day before Argentina had a 2-day strike by their port workers, which ended, so that may be affecting why we're seeing a little bit of bump here, a little bit of uncertainty in that market. Also, bean oil is definitely trading modestly higher here this morning, which is affecting soybeans. Kind of the big thing, though, is maybe we were kind of looking down at South America and looking at Brazil. Their soybean harvest is, I believe, all right around that 90% complete mark, according to CONAB. And I guess there's a lot of discrepancies still. There's kind of a wide gap between the USDA's estimate of Brazil's soy production compared to other ag groups and analysis. And it seems like that's kind of everyone's trying to figure out where that number is going to be at. And with the storms that we've seen kind of move through the Midwest and plains, that's delaying our harvest. The bean market's just putting a little more interest on that than I guess in years past.
Yeah, I guess. So right now on the board, what do you have?
Right now I'm going to start with wheat. We got cash wheat. That's down 4 at the moment. We got 579 on the white, 489 on the red. Looking over at new crop wheat, that's down 4 as well. 594 on the white, 514 on the red. Look over at corn, cash corn. I'll call that unchanged here at 357. New crop corn, that's down 1 at 404. And looking over at soybeans, your mover today, cash soybeans are up 7 at 1071. And new crop soybeans are up 6 at 1086.
I know you guys have really been looking at the wheat, Cody, and the government report that came out the beginning of the week here on Monday. I was really surprised. Statewide, winter wheat jointing a year ago was 19%. The 5-year average is 29%. And according to this research paper, we are at 53% so far.
Yeah, that's just I think we've talked about this kind of the last month or so. It seems like our wheat came through, winter kind of ahead of schedule. It looks really good. And we've kind of almost got, knock on wood, some really nice kind of perfect weather here to kind of start off our growing season. So, yeah, that was definitely a little shot going through. But if you drive through the countryside, I mean, everything does look good. We're definitely trending in the right direction. So I'll take this compared to what it could be.
The way it's going right now, harvest will start about the 25th of June. Wow.
If it keeps going like this, it'll definitely be a little early, but we're going to take that one step at a time and see what how that shapes up.
Yeah. Cody, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
All righty. A little bit more in depth now. Looks like Doug Klein is ready to go, Jonathan.
Yes, indeed. The market report today brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. The spring Ram commercial truck season is going on now at Schaefer and Beerline Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Frankenmuth. If you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, well, then it's time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Also brought to you by Thumb Bank, the market making agricultural loans since 1895. Farming today continues to offer challenges that are very demanding. Thumb Bank and Trust helps you stay up to date on industry trends and the trends of your operation. Thumb Bank and Trust, serving you with 13 locations throughout the Thumb and in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. Equal opportunity lender and member FDIC. We say good morning to Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. Doug, how are we doing today?
Well, we're just kind of mixed, sort of waiting for the Fed to make their announcement at 2 o'clock. Expect nothing from them except after the announcement they're going to talk a lot. So they usually manipulate the markets one way or the other on the speech. So, yeah, it'll be interesting if Trump gets in. He says he's going to revamp the Fed completely and take a little bit of their manipulative power away. So that would be nice. If the markets are allowed to act the way the markets are supposed to act without the bigger hand of the Fed overseeing them. But anyway, things that I've heard today, Pinterest hit a new high today. It's up 45% year over year. So that's one that's been floating around, just trying, but it got up 22% today. So that was a good earnings report. Pfizer had their earnings report, and they said probably the bleeding is over, and we might have found a bottom on that. So that's okay. There's a lot of people out in Michigan that own Pfizer stock from way back. So maybe that's stopped bleeding. Bitcoin is 57,000. That's come down almost $10,000 in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I don't know. It's not for the faint of heart for sure.
Any particular reason why, Doug?
No, not really.
Wow.
It just kind of floats up, down. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it
So
ain't
some
for
of the
me. I'll tell you that.
no, not for me either.
Ugh.
But we've been hearing some reports out of the restaurant industry. Yum missed on their earnings reports, and so did McDonald's yesterday. Starbucks hit a new low today. CVS is down like 30% year over year. Some of the things that were being supported with this free Biden money are starting to find it's difficult to make a living now. So anyway, that industry is kind of almost sort of kind of a falling knife. So be careful out there.
I got
So
a
anyway.
list. I got a list from a research paper here yesterday
Mhm.
on grocery prices over the last 3.5 years.
Mm.
I really wanted to bury that thing. I mean, I couldn't believe, on average, according to this report, on average, again, let me emphasize, on average, $1,000 a month groceries for a family of 4, on average. So that means there's half as many people spending a lot more than that than there are not. So and to take a look at the list of anything and everything that has gone up so much, you take the top 40, those are the things that we usually eat every day.
Yeah, right.
I mean, everything from lettuce to apples and fruit, all the way up to the meats, the steaks. I think the only negative that jumped out at me that I saw was shrimp.
Yeah, I've noticed
Seafood.
that. I mean, you can buy shrimp as cheap as you can, or cheaper than you can buy steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But
So
anyway.
Well, and in addition to that, I talked to a guy yesterday. His brother runs an auction service down in Atlanta, and he said last weekend was the worst auction he's had in 40 years, estate auction wise. Nobody showed up. He said those people are running out of money. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's going to be a trend or if that was just a one-off. But just interesting who's got money and who doesn't, and how it starts to show up in the whole economic thing. But anyway, we digress. Let's get on to the numbers. The July corn, 4.47, up 1/4 penny. December corn, 4.68 3/4, down 3/4. July soybeans, 11.70 up 7.5. November soybeans, 11.64 3/4, up 5 1/4. July wheat, 5.97 3/4, down 5.5. And December wheat, 6.44 3/4, down 4 cents. Crude oil finally coming down, 79.39, down $2.54. Heating oil is 245.72, down 7 cents. Gasoline 260.42, down 8.7 cents. Natural gas 227 1/4, that's down 4.7 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. US dollar buys $1.3755 Canadian, down 22 ticks. The dollar buys 157.61 yen, down 19 ticks. The euro's at 106.82, up 17 ticks. The dollar's at 106.17, that's down 5 ticks. Gold is at $2,318.90, up $16 an ounce. Silver's 26.72, up 19 cents. Platinum's at 964.20, up $16. And copper is 454.90. That is down 1.5 pennies.
All right. You take care, Doug. We'll talk to you again soon.
We'll do. All right.
All right. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's to help you increase your yields. And of course, they got plenty of seed available there as well from Dairyland. Serving you since 1983. We're serving you is their business, Freeland Bean and Grain. And by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. Need some tree trimming? How about tree removal? It is springtime and a lot of folks are working and thinking about trying to improve things out there. Legendary Tree Care can help. No job is too big. No job is too small. They're fully insured and licensed. They specialize in big projects too. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Jonathan, who do we have now?
We'll head over to Bay Landscaping and Garden Center now. That's where we find Jerry Samolsky. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Hey, we're doing real good. Beautiful weather to be outside doing some stuff.
Anything you want to do now is good time. It's I'm looking at a crop of weeds that came up in a ground cover bed I got to work on. So again, let's just keep an eye on those weeds. If we keep them under control now, we'll save a lot of energy as the season goes on. The pre-emergent, I didn't get in. Like I tell everybody, they should have a while ago. So I'm going to be battling as soon as I'm done. I'm going to get that pre-emergent down to help keep that ground cover spreading at my home. But, keeping up with the mowing, probably not so bad right now, as long as you're using good slow-release fertilizers that won't give that surge of growth. So spend a little more money, get a long-lasting fertilizer, and it doesn't dump that spurt of growth and then cause the grass to grow. So you have to mow, and then it'll eventually settle out and be normal again. So again, good fertilizers, long-lasting, slow-releasing nitrogen will help keep that surge of growth and keep the mowing at a more even basis.
Very good, Jerry. Tomorrow, the plant of the week?
We got one.
All right. I'll take 2 or 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Coming up next, who do we have, Jonathan?
We're going to take a quick break. Then we'll talk with Travis Christian from Nutrient Ag.
Are you just starting to look for a new vehicle and you're just waiting to hear the new and improved offers on your favorite Chevy? Well, guess what? There aren't any. I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador, and you heard me right. There aren't any new and improved offers. But the great news is that last month's new and improved fantastic offers have been extended. Thanks to lousy weather, sales didn't start jumping until the end of the month. At Cook Chevrolet, you can still lease a Silverado from as little as $299. You can still lease a Blazer from $289. And for the best offer in the country, Equinoxes start at just $209. We've still got a lot full of Chevys, including almost 100 Silverados. You need to find out what savvy shoppers found out last month. Silverados $299, Blazers $289, and Equinoxes just $209. That's Cook Chevrolet and 15 Top of the Hill Ambassador.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year, and includes all rebates. $2,000 cash down plus all upfront fees due at signing. Chevy, together let's drive.
Along with us, Travis Christian with Nutrient Ag. Travis, you're where are you today? Over on the west side of the state?
I'm on the west side today, enjoying the beautiful sunshine.
I am real curious. I know you've got a tip or two for our producers right now, but very curious. What have you heard with all that cold weather last week? Has there been any issues that you're aware of right now with our fruit and vegetable people?
Thankfully, the west side of the state was much more insulated because of the lake effect, right? So where we started seeing mid-20s in that Breckenridge area, we were more like high 20s, low 30s up on the ridge in that Sparta area, and then along the lake shore into the low 30s in Hart. So largely insulated and thankfully well prepared with some plant health applications and some orchard fans to limit the damage from that.
That is really good news. Now, for our folks out there, what advice are you giving us today?
You know, my advice would be take a look at what you're already doing and what do we need to do to maximize the efficacy of that. We know we need good, solid herbicide programs. We know we need to cover our bases with in-furrow and row starter fertility, but there's some things we can do to make that go further. And so on the chemistry side, talk to your Nutrient Ag Solutions rep, make sure you're using the right adjuvant package. If we're putting a pre-emerge down, for example, let's use a product like Infuse to help that pre do its job. If we're doing a row starter program, let's use a product like Accomplish Max, where what we're doing is making the nutrition in that row more available to get more out of the money you're already spending.
Very good. Travis, we appreciate it. You take care. Enjoy the weather. Have a great day. Talk to us again, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You bet. Travis Christian with Nutrient Ag. We'll be right back.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Farm Service 790 has been brought to you by the folks at Frankenmuth Credit Union. Stop by any of their conveniently located offices and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Back at 12:30, now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW.